Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. I don't know if anybody's here, if everybody's here. Let's see here. Public view on YouTube. There we go. Now we got some people. What is going on, guys? Lights, camera. Hey, we got a new light in the house tonight. Love the hat. Thank you, Megan. I love the hat too. Hey, Megan, do you know a guy, Mike Sorrell? All right. Hey, Dan. What's up, man? Just hold on one second. I did not know that, Brian. Cut 1,000 players? And to think, what are the chances that you and I both are still on rosters? That's amazing. Serious. I'm live. There's lots of people in the chat room here. No. Maybe because it's StreamYard. I don't know. Lone Wonder, what's going on? One in 10, roughly. No big deal, Megan. I was just asking. Dan, can you, whenever, add Nick and Joe? I don't know about this light, how I have it. Am I too washed out right now? It's a rush job. It was a rush job on a new light. Lone Wonder just got done with dinner. A little washed out, Stacey said. I agree. But I mean, maybe if I move back, it's better. Maybe it's worse.
Let me see. You look washed out.
I know. I can't. Maybe twist it away from me. It's supposed to be right here. So I just. Can you twist it like towards you? Like that? There we go. Let's try that. I mean.
Well, why don't I turn the light on?
Yeah. Hello, Joe. You've got the link, but.
Is that
Perfect.
better?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We're good.
I had to turn the oven off.
Okay. I'm starving.
The plastic.
Yeah.
You want a hot dog?
Not really. Much better. Great to see all of you. Now he gets it. All right. Oh, nice. You're exactly right, Zach. I am a YouTube vet. A bunch of us YouTubers are getting together tomorrow. I love saying that sentence. And what? Yeah. At the Katie Matsukas. Guys, this Yelp event is getting out of control, and we love it. We got a lot of teams. And you know what? You guys don't really need to sign up for that. That's for the new. That's for the new folks. You've heard most of the good questions we're going to ask. You don't need to dominate that. Katie Matsukas has heard them 7 times. Yes, Scott, I definitely want you on the 1s and 2s. What's that, Joe? Yeah, all. Yeah. Biggest market right now signed up is Washington, D.C. Let me tell you, I don't know, but other than if you look at, and if you're sick like me and you look at Google Analytics for virtual trivia SEO numbers, DC, Boston, and Northern Virginia own the virtual trivia market with one exception, and it's Hambones Trivia. And ours is organic. We've paid for nothing. Yes, we're popping up. I do. God bless them. John B says my SEO game is on point. Thank you, John B. John B. John B. Are you John B from S-Town? Are you unbanked? Remember John B from the S-Town podcast? Anybody else listen to it? I don't know that though. Hambones Empire stretches from Austin to Boston, Milan to Minsk, Scotland to UAE. We did have a UAE team today. They sent me a picture, very clearly UAE, amazing. Then they gave me permission to put it in all marketing. We did have a team in the United. What's that? I am UAE. What's the epicenter? With the epicenter right here in Indianapolis. That's exactly right. So, Scott, you're good, I hope, on Saturday. You are. One of the weirdest weather days in the history of one of the weirdest weather days in the history of quarantine was today. During the family game, it got so dark that you needed like lights. And then it was perfectly sunny. Then it was torrential downpour. And now it's like Rainbow Village. And lightning. Technically, the geographic center of Hambones is a small town. And listen, Dan. Hey, guys, we do have a new co-host tonight. It's a good friend of mine, Joe McCarthy. Joe is going to be hosting some games for Hambones. Welcome, Joe.
Matt, it's an honor to be here, I'll tell you.
Well, it's an honor to have you. Joe is out in New York City, and he will be hosting some, hopefully some theme games, some events. We're gonna throw the book at him. Uncle Joe, Isabel says, Uncle Joe.
All right. What you doing, Boo?
All right, let's see here. We got this for us. That's what we need. And that's what we need. There you go. No, I don't think so. I hear him loud and clear. Yeah. Yeah, he's good.
Are you good on me?
Yeah. All right. Camera adds 20 pounds, Johnny O said. So predictable. It's so predictable.
So predictable. When's he going to ask me if this is his baseball hat?
Yeah. Thanks.
Scott, I'm rocking a Zing's Famous Foods out here in New York. One of the best, it's now kind of a little mini chain out here in New York. Delicious. Highly recommended. Next time you're in New York and the restaurant's open.
Somebody's got 24 hours in New York. What is the one or two, three things you would say you absolutely have to do, and the things that everybody does that you say avoid?
Oh my God. Well, definitely avoid Empire State Building, Statue of Liberty.
Yeah.
All that stuff. You know, I'd say, you got to hit up, if you're here on the weekend, you got to hit up some dim sum.
Okay.
And, just the off the beat. Go to Queens. Best ethnic food in New York is in Queens.
The way you said it sounded serious. Go to Queens. Get your family, go to Queens.
Exactly. Round them up, get them in the cab, take them over there. And
if you were going to go to a Yankees game, if one was happening, right? What's the quickest way for you to get there as far as transportation goes?
I could take the Metro North down, right to Yankee Stadium.
And that's going to take you how long door to door?
Probably 40 minutes.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. If I decide to go to a Yankees game.
Correct. And you wouldn't because your team is what? The Tigers.
The Tigers.
Yeah. I respect that.
Tough one for the Tigers.
Is this hard seltzer? Is that what we call this? This is vodka. It's vodka with real fruit juice. I tried to get them to sponsor the Yelp game, and they said, we'd love to. We need 120 days notice for all partnerships. I was like, yeah, we'll just postpone it. That's no problem.
Who's to say you're not going to have a Yelp game in 120 days? That's
correct. I'm going to call the guy back. We're going to have a conversation. I'm going to say, listen, Bud Light Seltzer's all over this. What are you guys doing? Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate you recognizing the Champions hoodie. Yes, sir. All right, guys, it's 8:32. We're going to get going here at 8:34. Why don't we? 8:34. Welcome. The story on Joe. Joe, I will just start this. I'll let Joe introduce himself. But one of my very best friends in the world is one of Joe's very best friends in the world. And we've become friends through our annoying mutual friend, Johnny O. But Joe, you tell him your background. Tell him what you've got going on.
Well, thanks, Matt. I live out here in New York with my family. I've been living out here in the New York City area and beyond. I'm in Westchester now for over 20 years now, 23 years. And my background is as varied as yours, Matt. I've worked in the legal world, in entertainment, as an actor and a writer. I've been around the block.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kevin. It's great to be here.
Yeah. So that's the background, Brian. Brian, you're in Florida right now, making me feel angry that I'm not. I'm trying to plan a trip to Florida or somewhere, maybe Asheville, North Carolina. Is he related to Paul? I don't think so, Luke.
Paul McCarthy or Paul McCartney?
I think he meant Paul McCartney. Yeah.
We changed our name when we came over on the boat from McCartney to McCarthy. So
yeah. So who knows? Possibly. All right, guys. We've got a good game for you. We've got a great weekend for you. At 6:30 on Friday, we're doing college football. Actually got 2 questions today from people with no ham bones connection whatsoever, wanting to make sure that I wasn't going to be too Big Ten biased. Want to make sure that I was going to give the SEC West some love. I swear to God, that's true. And of course, I'm going to give the SEC love in the college football. 6:30 Friday. You can register from that at hambonestrivia.com. The link is posted below in the description of the video. 8:30, the truest test of Hambones Trivia, the 6-round monster game. That's 8:30 Friday. That's going to be a game. We're not sure on the how long the monster games are going to be virtual versus theme. Theme games will be virtual for some time to come, but who knows on the 6-round monster game how many we'll have. I think we've got enough people nationally now where there might be enough demand for a 6-round monster game. I said it a few times today during the family game at 12:30. The family game, at least temporarily, is almost certainly going to be suspended. We're going to have these monster games at night. We're going to have theme games. We've got plenty of private events, corporate parties, and the theme games are still coming. We've got them planned through the end of June already, and that will probably extend through the end of summer at least, and then we'll inevitably be back into quarantine, and then we'll fire everything back up again. We've already got our marketing done. Dan's already got the slogan on that. It's going to be back home again with ham bones instead of back home again in Indiana. So tonight, though, we've got a 4-round monster game brought to you, as always, by Michaelis. Michaelis is a restoration company specializing in fire and water restoration. They do everything from the damage of your roof to the water in your basement. They're Indianapolis owned and operated. They get it done. They're trustworthy. They're honest. My experience with Michaelis has been incredible, and it has nothing to do with the fact that they sponsor our trivia. I tell the story all the time, but just believe me, if it absolutely has to be done right, call Michaelis. They're the ham bones of restoration companies. Guys, we are broadcasting live and in Technicolor from the odd skies over the trivia capital of the free world, Ham Bones headquarters, and co-hosted in Indianapolis, Indiana, and New York City. I'll just say New York City. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Sure.
Sure. It's close.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
All right. Guys, we have 4 rounds of trivia for you tonight. Round 1 is 6 questions, 5 points each, and the password is 6. The password, we got real creative, and we kept it the same. It is 6. The password to get into round 1 is 6. That's right, Zach Grieski. It is the greater tri-state area. I am not related to Daryl, Luke, but you're new, Luke, and I'm happy you're here. Happy you're participating in the community. All right, guys. Round 1, 6 questions, 5 points each for a total of 30 points. Here we go. Round 1, question 1. I'm going to give you 3 things that all have numbers, the same number as an answer. You've got to get within 1 tonight. It's the longest alligator ever recorded by number of feet. That's an alligator that was actually photographed or caught. The longest alligator by number of feet to the nearest whole foot. It's the same number as the number of personality types in a Myers-Briggs test and the number of countries more populated than Germany worldwide. All 3 of those things have the same number as an answer. You've got to get within 1. It's the number of alligators, the number of feet that the longest alligator ever recorded was. It's the number of Myers-Briggs personality types, and it's the number of countries more populated than Germany worldwide. Question 2, among the 10 highest paid coaches in U.S. sports, that includes college and pro, this professional coach has far and away the worst overall winning percentage. He was born in 1963 and has a single championship. Name that coach. Among the 10 highest paid coaches in the U.S., college and pro, this pro coach has far and away the worst overall winning percentage. Born in 1963, won a single championship. Question 3, before being surpassed, what was the world's tallest building for just a few months in 1930? Before being surpassed, what was the world's tallest building for just a few months in 1930? Question 4, what system replaced the GameCube for Nintendo on November 19th, 2006? What system replaced the GameCube for Nintendo on November 19th, 2006? Question 5. In addition to his 1,093 U.S. patents, he held more than 1,200 patents awarded by other countries. In addition to his over 1,000 U.S. patents, he had over 1,200 patents awarded by other countries. And question 6, it's the last question of round 1, brought to you by Michaelis. She is the subject of a 1964 painting, The Problem We All Live With, by Norman Rockwell. Who is the subject of the 1964 painting, The Problem We All Live With? Artist Norman Rockwell. That's round 1. You've got 8 minutes. Go, go, go. Megan, you should. You could be the answer to that painting. Hi, honey. Say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, Joe.
Hey there.
Say hi, Joe.
How you feeling?
Okay.
Say ham bones.
Say ham bones.
Have fun.
Okay. And bye, honey.
Bye.
Love you. Joe, other than Michigan, what about New York? What about what state? Are you in New York or am I wrong?
I'm in New York.
Okay.
I'm in Westchester.
Not including any Michigan, not including any New York. What's the next state that you spent the most nights in your life?
Oh, Illinois.
Got it.
Or did you say not Illinois?
No. Let's take off Illinois.
Probably Florida.
Where?
We grew up going to Hutchinson Island.
Yeah.
Which is right off of Stewart. And it's funny, when I went there, no one had ever heard of it. And then recently, my father-in-law and several other friends' parents bought places down in Stewart and Hutchinson Island. So we spent a lot of time there in spring break. And then maybe DC area. McLean. Dated a girl in McLean.
McLean, Virginia.
McLean,
Yes.
Virginia.
All right.
And then spent a lot of nights in Galway, Ireland, where I lived for a year.
Hold on one second. Sorry. What's the typo, Zach? Sorry, man. This could be my first ever, far and away, the worst overall winning percentage. Born in 1960. Oh, that's the confusion. He has. I spelled WONONE. Guys, this was it's one. He's won a single. He has won a single championship. This is an opportune time. This is an opportune time to let everyone know that we're looking for a full-time editor. Still can't see timer. I mean, Annie, it's right there. My God. All right. Undergrad where?
Michigan.
And scale of 0 to 10, how much do you like John Harbaugh? Jim Harbaugh, rather.
I hate to say this over the air. I went to University of Michigan.
Yeah, you're good.
Great.
I know how this sentence ends. You're good.
Great in-state school. But I grew up a Notre Dame football fan.
Okay.
And then my sisters went to state.
Mm.
So I'm actually late to the party on University of Michigan because I love Bearline. I loved him, at West Virginia. So when he went to Michigan, I was like, oh, okay, I can start rooting for Michigan. But yeah, I was never a Harbaugh fan. Sorry to say.
All right, so you've got 100 points. Do you care about sports? You like sports?
Yeah.
All right. You got 100 percentage points to divvy out your fandom. You can give all 100 of the Detroit Tigers, or you can give one piece of the pie to 100 different teams. Tell us how you break that out. And if it's college, you got to break down by program, like basketball, football.
Yeah, that's. I got a lot of. I'm not one of those guys that's like all in on
Okay.
these teams, and I have weird tastes. Like I grew up an ACC basketball fan, so being an ACC basketball fan when you're at Michigan when the Fab Five are there is a lonely.
It's tough. That's
tough. A lonely road.
Lonely road.
Yeah. You know what team I'm like throwing a lot of my chips towards right now is Tottenham.
Oh wow!
I'm like big into Premier League, and the Spurs have been my team. Like that's the one I'm like trying to actively follow.
Isabel wants to know who was your ACC team.
Well, it's when you were there, Isabel, it was Duke, but before that, it was probably UNC.
That was a safe answer.
Yeah, that's my niece who played lacrosse at Duke.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
come on,
there you go, John.
Johnny O. Johnny O.
What's Johnny O's team name tonight?
I'm guessing that's a very good question. He probably will be cagey about it.
Yeah, he will be. He doesn't want us to mess.
You're no longer my godfather. Isabel just disowned you.
It's happened. It's happened before.
Guys, you got 1 minute and 30 seconds to get your answers in for round one.
What about you, Matt? You've been all over the map. You've been a Longhorn. You've been a Hoosier. You've been Dallas. Are you a Mavs fan? Like what's?
No, I like Mark Cuban, but no, I'm a Pacer fan. I'm a Colts fan. I am not anything University of Texas until they get rid of Tom Herman. Okay. I used to be all in on West Virginia when my brother worked for their football team for a very long time. Then the head coach left, went to the University of Houston. I guess I'm a University of Houston fan, as weird as that sounds. If any team was going to win the national championship in college football, I would choose the University of Houston. I'm gonna be waiting for a while for that. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope none of my buddies' names. My buddies are here. All right. Let's see here.
Have I acted in or written anything? I don't want to say that because we may do a picture round with movies that I've been in. So I don't know.
You absolutely have been in. I've seen you in I've seen you in at least one movie that I love. A movie that I love.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you gonna hold back on that just in case this does become a picture round question?
Well, I mean, I'd rather not. I'd rather just get into it. Let's get into it during the picture round.
All right,
guys, get them in. 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 All right. Joe's going to bring us the answers to round one. Take it away, bud.
All right. Here are your answers to round one. The longest alligator ever recorded and photographed or caught was how many feet to the nearest whole foot? It's the same number as the number of personality types in a Myers-Briggs test and the number of countries more populated than Germany in the world. You've got to get it in. You got to get within one. The answer is 16. Question number 2. Among the 10 highest paid coaches in U.S. sports, college and pro, I love this question. This professional coach has far and away the worst overall winning percentage. He was born in 1963. He has won WON a single championship, and that is Chucky John Gruden.
Yes. What an overpaid
Question number 3,
poem.
before being surpassed, what was the world's tallest building for just a few months in 1930? That was the Chrysler Building. Question number 4, what system replaced the GameCube from Nintendo on November 19th, 2006? That is the Wii. Question 5, in addition to his 1,093 U.S. patents, he held more than 1,200 patents awarded by other countries. Thomas Edison is your answer there. And last question of round 1, she is the subject of a 1964 painting, The Problem We All Live With, by Norman Rockwell. That's Ruby Bridges. That was a tough one.
That was
that
a
question.
Tough one. Yeah, that was the hardest one. Gruden was next toughest. What an overpaid coach. All right.
Matt, I think you're muted.
Am I? I'm muted on the phone. I was muted on the phone. That was the problem. All right, am I live on YouTube right now? Can you guys hear me? I hope.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, guys. All right. So, answer round number 2 is the picture round. As always, 10 pictures worth 3 points each for a total of 30. The password to get into, Dan, the password, got it. To get into the round 2 is hotel. Hotel is the password. Here we go. It's name that movie. 10 movies. Is Ruby okay? Even if we put down Ruby Brown, Brian, that's gonna be tough to count. Ruby Brown. Password is no? I said 6. Sorry, that's not right. Password is hotel. I need to help here, guys. Password is. Yeah, I know. Password is hotel. There we go. There's that. Password is hotel. 10 movies, 3 points each. You've got 8 minutes. Go, go, go. These are tough tonight. Joe and I made them tough. Yes. Let's do that. Yeah. Yeah, you can put those in. Thanks, bud. Yeah, I got it. Yes, it's name that movie. Hey guys, you got to get your answers in on time. I know sometimes it's tougher than others, but like a few minutes late is definitely too late. We will not count it if it's that late. I got it. Hold on. Gladiators, you got to get your answers in before that, but sorry. All right, Joe. What'd you set the spread for on the one that we're betting on? I took. Yeah, I'm gonna lose that. I'm gonna lose that every way you can lose it. No, I can just when the first four get it, I'm not gonna win that. Hold on, I'm looking. It's 9. The movie, Joe,
Uh-huh.
the movie I refer to is Limitless.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I love that movie.
A lot of people love that movie. That was kind of the one that put Bradley Cooper over the top.
I love that movie.
It was a very small movie, small budget, and it made more money than they expected. Easily.
I love that movie. I love any movie like that where there's like a sneaky superpower.
Yep.
And all I want is for them to show more of the superpower. Like I could watch a movie with Bradley Cooper doing crazy things on the Limitless drug all day. I could watch that all day. I swear.
There was a great montage in that. Did he like jump off a cliff? He like drove like a Lamborghini like through the streets to like through the canals of Venice or something like that.
What I mean, like in Phenomenon, I wanted Travolta to have show his powers all day. I don't know why I get like that. I get so mad when the power becomes the problem. That makes me so mad.
Well, that happened in Phenomenon. I mean, big time. Went right to his head.
The same with Limitless. You didn't do anything on the set of that to make them make the right decisions there.
Nope. No, I never saw the TV show.
I did. I watched the whole thing because of it. Really, because of you. Yeah.
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah.
I should pass that on. Maybe see if I can get a bigger chunk of the residuals on.
Yeah. Pass that on. No, Zach. Here's what I'm going to say. I get so sick of movies where all the small things go right and all the small things go wrong and all the big things go right. That's what I love Amelie because all the small things go right. I'm totally fine with that. Like there's nothing wrong to me. Like, no, they're not my favorite movies. Like, but like, it seems like every movie, all the small things start to go wrong, but in the end, the big thing's going to be just fine. It gets tired.
Very tired. That's a great critique of a lot of Hollywood movies. All the small things go wrong. And all the it's sort of like a typical who's the guy McKee? Is it Robert McKee? It's the character that Brian Cox was based on an adaptation.
Okay, yeah.
Basically, it's like you got this formula down to a T, and that is probably one of those formulas.
Yeah,
you know, you missed paying the rent. Oh, you dropped your wallet down the down the gutter and you can't pay for something, but something huge is coming around the corner that you're gonna.
Yeah, the guy that owns the ornament store in Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, he'll pay for everything. He'll deliver all the presents in the end. Everybody's gonna be fine. Everyone's gonna be fine. All right, guys, get your answers in. Get them 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 in. Was name that movie. Let me see how you guys did. Incredible. This was not a picture round I would have done well on. I would not have done as good as you guys did. Joe's going to bring you the answers.
All right. This is, if you didn't get it already, this is a New York centric picture round. Picture number 1 is from Birdman. Number 2, Raging Bull. Number 3 is The Professional. Number 4 is The Other Guys. Do the Right Thing. Rounders. Picture 7 is from Hitch. Picture 8 is The Gangs of New York. 9, Rosemary's Baby. And coming in at 10 is The French Connection. That's a pretty even round.
Yeah.
53% of you. That was the percentage for all of those
Correct.
answers.
Easiest one was Hitch. Hardest one was The French Connection.
Yeah. And then Do the Right Thing.
Yep. What's that? Hey guys, when we call, you got to get your answers in. It is not at all fun to have teams submit their answers after we've given the answer. Luke, we're going to count Leon the Professional. I don't know, you weren't the only team to put that.
That was actually, I think, the original name of it.
Yeah. Yeah, Leon the Professional counts. Yeah, no problem, John B. All right. Guys, we've got 2 rounds of trivia left. Round 3. Round 3 is the money round. Round 3 is the money round. Here's why we call it the money round. Every question has more than one answer. Every answer is worth 5 points, and order doesn't matter at all. So if we ask you what are the 3 colors of the U.S. flag and you say red, white, and green, that's good for 10 points. Red, white, and blue is good for the full 15. Every component of an answer in this money round is worth as much as an entire question was in round 1 and more than a picture was in round 2. If you're going to win this thing, you're going to do it right here in the money round, round 3. Tim says if they're out, they're out if they don't get their answers in. Tim's correct. We're not counting this stuff. People coming in 2 minutes late. So order doesn't matter at all. And guys, the password to get into round 3 is Giacomo. Giacomo as in Giacomo Pizza. Giacomo, the home of Hambone in Irvington when we're not at Black Acre. Giacomo is the password. Joe, Irvington's where you would live if you were in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, we've already lived in Irvington, New York, on the Hudson.
So there you go. All right, guys. Round 3, the password is Giacomo. Let's do that. Password equals Giacomo. Here are your round 3 questions. Round 3, question 1 of the 50 most populated cities in the United States. None of them drop below 0 temperature-wise, more days in an average year than Minneapolis does. Name the next 3 cities. They're all tied for second. Of the 50 most populated cities in the United States, Minneapolis drops below 0 more than all of them. Name the next 3 cities that drop below 0 the most days. They are all 3 tied for second behind Minneapolis. Question 2. Talk about a wordy question. On Rolling Stone magazine list of top 100 debut singles of all time, among the top 20 were 6 singles that were from either black solo artists or black groups. 2 of those are Kanye West and Outkast. The other 4 had debut singles in the following years: 1955, 1970, 1984, and 2019. 2 of those are considered hip-hop. Name the 4 black solo artists or black groups with more than one member, that's how I'm defining group, that were among the top 20 on the Rolling Stone magazine list of top 100 debut singles of all time. That list just came out. Question 3. The famous Quigley poll is a poll of box office owners that asks the owners what movie star they think is the biggest draw for their theaters. It started way back. The last time it was ever officially taken was in 2013. In 2013, among the top 10 responses, there were 3 women. They were ranked number 1, number 2, and number 10. Name, and one of the 3 has a first and last name that both start with the same letter. Name the 3 women that made the top 10 on the Quigley poll, asking theater owners, whose movies do you think are making you the most money? Not who, like, it's not scientific. It's asking someone that owns a theater, who would you like to have star in the movies that your theater is playing? Among the top 10, the last time this poll was done and was in 2013, among the top 10, a woman was ranked number 1, number 2, and number 10. Name those 3 women. One of the 3 has a first and last name that both start with the same letter. And question 4, it's the final question of the money round. Other than Virginia, what 2 states border both a state with a Big 12 school and a state with a Big 10 school, but have neither a Big 10 nor a Big 12 school? So Virginia borders both a state, at least one state with a Big 10 school, and at least one state with a Big 12 school, but it doesn't have a Big 10 or Big 12. Name the other 2 states for which that's true. Those are your money round questions. You've got 10 minutes. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Subjective rating by the Rolling Stones, Scott. It's the top 100 debut singles as rated by the panel on Rolling Stone. So it's like their top 500 greatest albums, their top 100 greatest musical artists. All those lists are subjective. Deborah Wells, if it's not letting you in, just try hitting refresh. Can't wait to get back to Giacomo's, Megan says. I feel ya. I'm out. IRL issues. Sorry, Lone Wonder. We'll see ya. I don't know. I don't know. All right. Thomas O'Connor eating dinner. Hope it's good, bud. All right. So you're in Limitless. How many hours of Joe McCarthy work, like on the set, preparing for everything like that, go into that?
Like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
1 minute.
Right.
That was a good solid 12 hours.
Really?
Yes. It is, to dispel any myths, it is one of the more tedious and boring jobs, or can be,
Right.
especially on certain sets, because it's a lot of hurry up and wait. All right, we got to get you into makeup because you got to wait for someone else to, who's coming in and absolutely needs to get into makeup. But you get into makeup, and then you won't go on set for another 12 hours. So you got to bring some books. You just got to keep yourself occupied because you can't wander anywhere.
Because your name could be called.
Yeah. and you're not the guy that can do that. Not at all.
There are people who will answer for you if you don't.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's such a good way of putting that. All right, so hold on one second. I'm going to check an answer here. What did you just say that? I thought you were talking to me, Nick. Sorry about that. All right, so what were you saying? Oh, okay. All right, so and then that you are actually in the final cut of the movie when you watch the final cut, or have you been told?
Absolutely. When you watch it.
When you watch it.
Yeah, and I got to say, I've been in the final cut of the movie 100% of the time. And I would have predicted I would have been in the movie 0% of the time. Like, for any number of reasons, just thinking like, as you're on set and as you're going through it, you're even watching the director sort of like talking to his producer, not because of anything you're doing, but just like, God, I don't know if this really works.
Right.
You just spent 12 hours on set, like, oh, okay. And then miraculously you're watching it, and there you are. Yeah, it's pretty funny. And there's also like situations like this movie I was in, The Place Beyond the Pines, that I was on set for a week, and that was an awesome experience because there was no wasted time. You were on set and they were just filming everything you were doing. You were improvising, and there were a lot of things that we did on that set that just did not show up. He was sort of creating a lot of other storylines that could have fit in when he got around to editing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And am I making this up in my head, or were you at Once Upon a Time? Did you see Lipton live?
Oh yeah, I went to that school.
That's what I thought. I knew I didn't make that up. Yes. Yeah.
So when we were at that school, we actually had amazing guests, and they were guests that they would never book now. John Hurt was, our final guest one season, and what happened is I think NBC bought Bravo, and they were like, all right, we got to get some young movie stars in here to talk about their very short career, because they are going to be promoting a movie.
Right.
And that's what NBC wanted. So you see a very clear demarcation from people like Eli Wallach being on that show.
Right.
And then like Billy Joel or someone else showing up who was much younger and not as seasoned as someone like an Eli Wallach, who's not a very sexy choice to book, but for us, because we were students, I mean, it's booked, it's advertised like a seminar. You're on a seminar, and so a lot of those shows run like 4 or 5 hours long, and you're only seeing an hour of it.
Yeah. And so in the show, now that Lipton's passed away, that it won't survive him, or will it?
I don't know how they're showing it now. I don't think it's on Bravo anymore, but what they're doing now is they're just having random actors interview other actors. Yeah. Like the guy who was in Game of Thrones, who was the guy who got his eyes pushed in by the
oh God, yeah.
Pedro Pascal. He is on stage as the interviewer interviewing Willem Dafoe. And Lipton had already like interviewed Willem Dafoe, but this is now just like a new set of people who are sort of interviewing their heroes.
2 minutes to get your answers in, guys. 2. All right, keep going. I'm fascinated by this.
So it's almost like if you ever read Interview Magazine, where like it wasn't a writer interviewing an actor or a musician, right. It was like another actor or musician interviewing them. It's kind of like that.
Got it. And you were most impressed with name a few of the Inside the Actor Studio guests that you were like, that was time well spent.
Oh, there are actually, I would say most of them, and not people you would normally think like, oh my God, like Gabriel Byrne was one of the most entertaining guests. He's got a background, he's Irish, he's got a background in literature, and just could tell a story.
Yeah.
Quote literature. I mean, it was like the sort of stereotypical Irishman in a bar, just like, you know, all of a sudden like Yeats is coming out of his mouth, and he's like, you know, he's reading out The Second Coming or something from memory. So and there are other people that I love, like Martin Short was just like, he was, you know, I grew up idolizing Martin Short, and he was amazing.
Were you disappointed with anyone that you want to share? It's fine.
You know, not that I'd like to share. There were people who are absolutely idolized, who were very tough interviews and very boring.
Yeah.
Very boring. Like just one word answers, very difficult to sort of pull anything relevant out of them. So,
did you ask any questions from the crowd?
Yeah, I asked none of those. I was a 0% success rate on that. Yeah. One was to Martin Short, one was to Susan
Bones. All right, guys, get them in. All right, your money round. There we go. Susan Bones, the Nightbot. Joe's gonna bring us in. Go ahead.
All right. I should. I gotta get ready to read these questions and the answers here. Okay, so question 1: of the 50 most populated cities in the U.S., no city drops below 0 temperature more days in the average year than Minneapolis. Name the next 3 cities. I'll tie for second. That would be Chicago, Denver, and Milwaukee. Question number 2: on Rolling Stone magazine's list of top 100 debut singles of all time, among the top 20 were 6 singles that were from either Black solo artists or Black groups. 2 of them were Kanye West and Outkast. The other 4 had debut singles in the following years: 1955, 1970, 1984, 2019. 2 are considered hip-hop. Name the 4 solo artists or group. That would be the Jackson 5, Run DMC, Chuck Berry, and Lil Nas X. Question 3: the famous Quigley poll is a poll of box office owners that asks what movie star they think is the biggest draw for their theaters. The last year the poll was officially taken was in 2013. Among the top 10 were 3 women. They were ranked number 1, 2, and number 10. One of the 3 has a first and last name that both start with the same letter. The answers are Jennifer Lawrence, Sandra Bullock, Melissa McCarthy. And the last question of the money round: other than Virginia, what 2 states border both a state with a Big 12 school and a state with a Big 10 school, but have neither a Big 10 or Big 12 school? Those 2 states are Kentucky and Colorado.
All right, perfect. Thank you, Joe. Guys, I'm going to pop in the chat, see if there's a riot going on here for the beer. Please make sure you get your answers. Yeah, guys, got to get them in. We need a few more minutes, like 7. Yeah. Got to get your answers in. Can we change Joe's banner to say Big Bad Joe McCarthy? Yeah, I mean, next time he's on, we'll definitely do that. Unfortunately for everyone, I don't have the authority or the know-how to change anyone's banner. All right, so here is your scoreboard update, guys. Here is your scoreboard update heading into the final round. Just to let you know, we have 100 teams on the nose tonight. What? We got a riot. Hold on. Let's see. Wait a second. South Dakota. What? Hold on one second. Let me see this. I wrote this question by myself. Map of the U.S. Let's see. And I act like I. So Oh, wow. South Dakota is correct. Is it? Hold on. Let me see. South Dakota is correct because of Iowa State and Nebraska. That's correct. Count South Dakota. Missouri is correct because of Illinois and Kansas and Oklahoma. That's correct. Terrible question, Matt. Terrible question. Is there anyone else crying about it? Kentucky. Kentucky. Hold on. Let's see. Kentucky. This is the first mistake we've ever made. Yeah, Kentucky was one of the right answers we gave you. No, Missouri's SEC by some totally bizarre set of circumstances. We demand justice and free trivia. That's exactly right, Kyle. All right, Kentucky, yes. So we're good. We're all caught up. Did Jimmy Buffett take Susan Bones to Missouri? Nathaniel, that's good. That shows you know what's going on. Oklahoma is not correct. Oklahoma has a Big 12 school. Archie, Illinois, and Oklahoma. All right. All right, guys. Just give us 1 second here. All right, guys. So here's the scoreboard update. We've updated those? Nick? I don't want to count them if they're just coming in. No. Guys, got to get your answers in. It can't be ridiculous. All right. In 16th place with 89 points, it's a tie between Prestige Worldwide and Four Non-Blondes. In a three-way tie for 13th place with 90 points, it's I'm Just Here So Don't Get COVID, Matsuka Palooza, and the Dan Fan Club. In 12th place with 91 points, it's Just Us 2. In 9th place with 92 points, it's the first ballot Hall of Fame team of Indianapolis, Hot Dog, No Sandwich, and Abraham Drinkin'. I think that's another Hall of Fame team unless they change their name. That is, and Nasty Reporters with Terrible Questions. In 8th place, holding down the West Side, it's Hot for Teacher with 93 points. 7th place, it's yesterday's champions, the Humps. In 5th place, a two-way tie with 99 points. It's Captain Crunch and the Serial Killers and the Jazzagals. In 4th place with 100 points, it's Alimony Tony. In 3rd place with 102, Alimony Tony sounds like it should be like a lawyer who runs ads. 3rd place with 102 points, it's Captain Bill and the Summertime Gang. Love the new teams coming up, rising up the boards here. In 2nd place with 105, it's Quizzards of the Quost. And in 1st place with 107, it's Hank Scorpio. Joe, you can take it away. Hey, Joe, I think you might be on mute.
Matt, you're absolutely right. I'm on mute.
Yeah.
All right. So let me just say that all over again. Let's take 2 on that. So this is the final round. You have to wager prudently. So based on your answer being correct or incorrect, you will either get your points added or subtracted. You can wager up to 30 points on these answers. Round 4, question 1.
Hold on, we need the password. Sorry,
that's right. We do.
Password to get into round 4, guys, is Jax, as in Union. Jax is the password. Sorry, Joe, you can take it away.
All right.
I'll put it on the screen. Password equals Jax.
Round 4, question 1. Among its 13 founding members in 1950 were Louise Suggs, Patty Berg, and Babe Zaharias. Question 2. The greatest distance between any of the 50 states is between Hawaii and a point in what other state? And question 3. Name the only last names shared by, I'm going to modify this a little bit. Name the only last names shared by Best Actress winners and the only last name shared by Best Actor winners, Oscars only, known professionally by these names.
Guys, we are going to audit those scores if you ask for them, and we already did. They were right or we were right? All right. You guys, yeah, if you asked for an audit, you were correct. We must have, yep, there we go. Guys, you got 9 minutes. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. With all these different audio inputs, Joe, it gets weird to know if you're on mute or not.
Yeah. Fortunately, I got a mic that has a button that very clearly states that it is mute. But but yes, with all of the phone, I had to do some adjusting because I was getting a lot of echo happening, and so yeah, I think I got it down. I think I got it down now, Matt.
All right, so I'm going to keep asking you questions. Question 3, actress or actor? Both, Tom. Both. Here's question 3. I'll just say it again. It's the only last names shared by Best Actress Oscar winners and the only last name shared by Best Actor. So there are 2 answers. There are 2 answers. There are 2 answers to number 3. Hold on. People are, number 3. I'm looking for 2. Yeah, I did mute the phone. So guys, yes, it is 2 answers. We are looking for 2 answers on number 3. First answer is Best Actress winning. Sorted. Shared last name among Best Actress winners. Shared last name among Best Actor winners. That makes sense, Katie Matsukas. Guys, for number 3, yes, Jeff. For question number 2, is it the span? So for question number 2, I'm looking for the hold on one second. Hey Dan, can you hold on one second, bud? For number 2, I'm looking for the longest distance between any of the 50 states. A point in one state versus a point in any other state. I'm giving you one of the 2 states as Hawaii. You give me the furthest point, essentially from Hawaii, but it also happens to be the furthest state between 2 states in the United States, all 50 states included. I hope that makes sense. These are, I hate that I poorly worded two of the 3 questions and probably the third one as well. Sorry, Dan. All right. So I hope that makes sense, Jeff James. Is number 3 male and female or just 2 actors or 2 actresses? It's 2 actors and 2 actresses. There are 2 answers. It could be any point in the state, John B. Holy smokes. I have made some mistakes tonight. All right. So number 3 is the one I'm really worried about. Number 3. There are two answers. First answer is the last name shared by two Best Actress winners. Second answer is the only last name shared by two Best Actor winners. Two answers. Sorry about that, guys. And John B, it can be any point in the state. It can, obviously is any point. It's the furthest point. Gonna have a riot. So, so the Susan Bones thing, Joe. The funniest part about that was that it was Johnny O and Eldad that had helped us write the questions, and that was first one out of the gate, and that was kind of their baptism. The whole thing, just a total riot. Eldad just saying to Johnny O, "Don't, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I don't want to be a part of this anymore." Yeah. Yeah. Tell him not to say my name. It's true. I would say at least 85%. Yeah. Maybe 100. Wasting away again, Berkshire Hathaway. That was credit on that one, Dan, to Zach Rajewski. He just typed that out. Well, I'll tell you. What we need, Nick, is two separate answer blanks with a 0 through 15 on each. Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys, get them in, get them in, get them in. Get them in, get them in, get them in. All right, I want to thank the Hambones team. It's been a great week of family games and monster games. I want to thank all of you. The Hambones team, my main man, Nick Meehan, Dan Cahallen, Joe McCarthy, thanks for all your help this week, including and especially hosting tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Jess Montre. I'm going to forget. Oh, Zach Grieski and Scott Maitland. We got a big game coming up this weekend. These people are putting in incredible amounts of work. Appreciate it all. Noah Nash, you're the man. All right, guys. This was the tale of three questions. One of them, almost everybody got right. One of them, about half the teams got it right. And the other was very, very hard, intentionally so. So here we go. The questions and answers for the final round. Round 4, question 1. Among the 13 founding members in 1950 were Louis Suggs, Patty Berg, and Babe Zaharis. Hope I said that right. The correct answer is LPGA, the LPGA. LPGA, your answer to question 1. Question 2, the greatest distance between any of the 50 states is between Hawaii and a point in Florida. Florida, your answer to question 2. Florida is a tricky answer. And question 3, the only last name shared by Best Actor winners and the only last name shared by Best Actress winners. And I really screwed that up all sorts of ways. Holy cow. I just realized how bad I screwed that up. So the correct answer for actor, it's Hoffman. For actress, it's Hepburn. It's Hepburn and Hoffman. If you only put one of those two and you got that one right, you were not, the points were not deducted. If you, so we tried to clarify it like literally 100 different times, 100 different ways. So I don't feel that bad, but the question was so screwed up the way I wrote it. I appreciate it. Cooper, Bradley, Jackie, and Gary. There's no way that's true, but we'll fact check that. Hold on one second. So let's just do this. Gary won. And that's it. Gary won, and that's it. Jackie never won. Bradley never won. All right. Guys, here is your scoreboard update. Susan and Amelia Bones might be correct. Thomas and Chris Hanks, definitely. No, that wasn't what we were asking there, Heather. Sorry. 2 winners. It was a poorly worded question. Guys, your answer or your scoreboard update. Sorry for the confusion. I hate that it's ending on that note, but it's got to. In 16th place with 117, it's Slow Kids at Play. In 14th place, a 2-way tie with 121, it's Carrie and Scott wagering without the rest of the team and just us 2. In 13th place with 125, it's I'm just here so I don't get COVID. In 11th place with 127 points, a 2-way tie, Nasty Reporters with Terrible Questions, and the Hall of Famers, Abraham Drinkin. In 10th place with 132, it's Captain Bill and the Summertime Gang. In 9th place with 135, it's Six Pack. In 8th place with 137, Hank Scorpio. In 7th place with 139 points, it's the 4 Non-Blondes. In 6th place with 140, it's Quizzards of the Quost. In 5th place with 182 points, it's the first ballot Hall of Fame team of Hambones, Hot Dog, No Sandwich. In 4th place with 185 points, it's the Dan Fan Club. In 3rd place with 188 points, it's Hot for Teacher. In 2nd place with 192 points, it's the Humps. And your winner, and as far as I know, new champion. Congratulations, Alimony Tony. Well done, Alimony Tony. Congratulations. Alimony Tony. Guys, I hope you had fun. Sorry about the confusion. Thanks, Kevin. Wait. We are sure it's Florida and not Maine. We were so confident in Douglas and Davis. Oh, because you did. I really screwed that question up. I bet. Hold on. Well, I don't know why. Yeah. But Michael's the only one to win. Sorry. That at least, Katie, at least you understood the question. Alimony Tony, baby. Steven Shoemaker, congratulations. Give me you won a theme ticket for your team. Douglas and Davis. Well, Douglas isn't right. There's only one Douglas to have won. Kirk never won. Michael won. So that is not correct. Now let me see about Davis. Best actress winners. This actually might change things, but we'll just have more than one winner if it does. Davis, Betty.
Well, Gina was best supporting.
Yeah. No, neither Davis nor Douglas is correct. Thank goodness for me. According to what's Adam say, Maine is 5,000 miles, Florida is 4,500. Let me tell you, I've got it right here. I'm not talking about the border, by the way. Extreme points in the U.S. Here we go. The greatest distance between any 2 points in the 50 states is 5,859 miles from Kerr Atoll, Hawaii to Log Point, Elliott Key, Florida. That's 5,859 miles. There we go. All right, guys. Joe, thanks a lot, man.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Yep.
Man.
Woo.
Got to work on that mute function on my microphone.
Well, yeah, and also it helps to have somebody knowing what they're doing when they write the questions and not put actor and actor.
Hey, I adjusted.
Yes, you did on the fly. Well done.
You did, man. Yeah.
And Scott Maitland gives you the approval. The Scott Maitland seal of approval is.
Thank you, Scott.
Yes.
I haven't heard your voice yet on the backstage area here that I got on my iPod, but I can't wait to hear your voice.
Quality improv skills. Yes. All right, guys. Thanks so much for playing. We will see you tomorrow, 6:30 college football. Tomorrow night, 8:30. It's the main game, co-hosted by my main man, Dan Cahallan. We are doing 6-round monster. Should be fun. I don't know what Wikipedia is. Florida point, 5,828 miles. I think that's exactly what I said, but I'm just going to 5,823 miles is what I have. Yeah. Florida's correct. Yep. And Yelp on Saturday at 6:30 or 7. We're going to get going. Hey, guys. Thanks so much. Have a great night. Spread the word. Let your friends know. Let your family know. We'll see you.